Have you ever received a phone call and the person goes on and on and on, and after a while, you have to stop them and you have to say to them, "Excuse me, who are you? Uh, what's this about?" And the reason for that is because the person didn't introduce themselves properly. They just mumble something. And as a result, for me personally, it usually annoys me. And you do not want to annoy a potential candidate that could be good for a role. There's a much easier way. All you have to do is as follows. Good afternoon. My name is Thomas De Bruin, and I work for Lake Street Executive Search. We are a specialist in the financial industry. And the reason I'm calling is one of our clients have asked us to help them find head of equity derivatives sales. Somebody that I spoke to the other day suggested that you would be a good person to talk to. If this role that we are working on was clearly superior in some way, would you at least be open to hearing more details? Now, let's just break that down. So the first thing, you want to make it very, very clear who you are, which company you work for and what the company does, and the reason you're calling. Leave a pause between each piece of information so the person gets a chance to think about it and understand what you're saying. You don't know what level of English or any language that the person that you're calling has. So slow down and just make everything clear. Also, when you take your time to say things properly, it says that you're confident, that you are in charge. When you say, somebody that I spoke to the other day suggested you would be a good person to talk to, you will often get somebody saying, who gave me, or who gave you my name? And the answer to that will be, of course, you may not have given it, you won't necessarily have had a referral. So instead you say, I shouldn't say. And the phrase I shouldn't say is a very powerful one. When we were kids, our parents would say to us, you shouldn't cross the road without looking. You shouldn't be rude. So therefore, it's different than saying, I can't tell you, or I won't tell you. If you say, I can tell you, well, you can, and now you define them. So very simple, I shouldn't. Next, you are saying to them, if this role was clearly superior in some way to your current role, would you be open to discussing it further? Clearly superior in some way. The some way could be, we don't know, they will know. Maybe the role is more interesting. Maybe the manager and the team are better. Maybe the company is a better brand. And maybe there's a promotion involved. Could be any number of things. And it's going to be difficult for somebody to say, no, I wouldn't be interested in something that was better than my current role. Makes no sense. However, people will often say, without hearing any details, they'll say, no, I'm very happy where I am. And the answer to that, your reply to that would be, great, I'm really pleased to hear that. Now they'll be thinking, you're a recruiter, you're calling me up, and I'm telling you I'm happy where I am, and you're saying, great. And the reason for that is, of course, you have to have a good reply, which is, great, I'm really pleased to hear that. because all of the best people say that to me. They will, and I will reply back. And it's because they're often well paid, well liked, and doing a great job. And then you say, and I'm not suggesting you change your job. It makes no sense to call somebody up and immediately say, change your job. That's not what you're doing. All you're doing is giving them an opportunity to take a look at the role you have, compare it with their existing role, and make an intelligent decision. So your call, the purpose of the call, is not to convince the person to change their job. It's simply to get them to listen to you, share some information, and if there's a possibility that it could be of interest, then you go to the next step. Other replies that you get from people is, first thing after people say, which is, again, how much does the role pay? Well, giving them a financial number where they don't know what the company is, don't know what the role is, don't know anything about the team makes no sense either. And of course, you don't say, well, it's a stupid thing to ask. No, of course not. You're going to say, I see that this is very important to you. And I can assure you that our client pays market value. And the other things that are also very important are how interesting and challenging the role is, the team and the manager you'll be working with, and who the company is. And I would like to suggest that we talk about those three key things first and find out more about your accomplishments and your career profile so far. So keep your focus on the outcome for that, which is just simply to get them engaged, right? And whatever they say, you kind of going to go along and agree with them, but always come back to the same point, which is you're not trying to get them to change their job. Makes no sense. If for some reason the person isn't a suitable match after you discuss it with them, you say, thank you very much. It's been really great talking to you, and I'd love to stay in contact. Can I just ask you, would you be interested in compensation figures for what people get paid in the industry at your level? Everybody wants to know that. So they're going to say yes and say, great. I'll tell you what, I have a lot of great figures on that. I will send it to you. Can I, what's your email address, private email address, and what's your mobile number? And emphasize one other point. You know, we have a lot of interesting roles that come up on a regular basis. Would be great for us to stay in contact. That way I can tell you about what's going on in the industry, tell you what people are being paid, and that kind of stuff. That's way I could be able to add value to our relationship. So now you have a contact, connect with them on LinkedIn. And finally, you said to them, I wonder if you could possibly help me, please. I was wondering who you know in the industry that might be a good fit for this role. You don't ask them, do you know anybody? That's what is called as a closed-ended question. And the answer is, yes, I do, or no, I don't. 50-50 chance that you're going to get one of those. Instead, you want an open-ended question such as, who do you know that could be a good fit? Who was the best person at your last company? Who do you think that I could speak to about this that might have an interest? This is, getting referrals directly from people in the industry is much faster and much more accurate than looking up another LinkedIn profile or something else from the database. You will make much faster progress if you ask people already working in people in the industry. So, in summary, When you make a call, slow down. Clearly state your name, the company you work for and what it does, the reason you're calling. Tell them that somebody else gave me your name, and then say, if this role was clearly superior to your current role, would you at least be open to hearing more details? Dealing with objections, I'm happy where I am, I don't want to change my job. Great. Leave a pause and then say, all the best people say that. And I'm not suggesting you change your job.